Howdy everyone, it's Chaos Lord David, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Pokemon Crystal! So, we are on our way back to New Bark Town, so let us head that way. Oh, but wait, what's this? Some random red-haired fella appears from the right! You got a Pokemon at the lab. What a waste, a wimp like you. Da-da-da-rats. Don't you get what I'm saying? You just said nothing. You just had dots on your text. Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. So that way I can live up to my name for every encounter that I deal with you in this game. So that way I can get my ass handed to me every single time. Alright. Here is our first encounter with our rival in the game. So, of course, he goes by question mark, question mark, question mark at this time. So that's what we'll refer to him as. Now, he takes one of the starter Pokemon from the Pokélab. And he ends up taking the starter that has the better type advantage to the one that you picked. So in this case, I picked Cyndaquil, the fire type. So that means he will take the water type Totodile. If I were to choose the water type Totodile, he would choose Chikorita. If I chose Chikorita, he'd take Cyndaquil. So he'd always take the better Pokemon of the two. And that's like the rule of the Pokemon games. For all the rivals that you deal with, they have the better type Pokemon than the one you have. Now, granted, in Pokemon Yellow, that doesn't happen. So, of course, you start off with Pikachu, and he starts off with Eevee in that game. So, alright. And of course, I missed Tackle! I hate that! Okay, good, but his Leer failed. The reason why I was wanting to have Cyndaquil be a couple levels higher is because Totodile's main attack is Scratch, and the base attack for Scratch is stronger than Tackle. Tackle is 35 damage, while Scratch is 40. So, Totodile's not to be taken so lightly. I mean, at least that his Leer didn't connect, because otherwise that would spell even more trouble for me. I would have used Leer myself, but I just think, you know, just more offensive. Oh, there's his Leer, but that's a little too late for that now. But personally, I think just going with straight-up offensive attacks will work out. Yes! A critical hit! Sit down! Gained 70 experience points. Didn't level him up, but oh well. Woo! Take that! Are you happy you won? I mean, of course I'm happy, because you're really living up to your name. You really did speak the truth. You got your ass handed to you. So 300 Pokemon dollars. More dots. My name's question mark, question mark, question mark? I'm going to be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. Oh, okay. We'll see if that will be true or not. Alright. Now, before we were so rudely interrupted by him, let us head back to New Bark Town. At least we can take a bit of a shortcut. Going back to New Bark Town this way. And of course, I run into a wild Pokemon on the way. It's a Pidgey. You know, I could do a couple more battles so that way I could, you know, just go and get Cyndaquil to level 9, but at least still no big deal. Oh, I forgot, after you do that rival battle, your Pokemon gets healed up, so at least I didn't have to worry about going to the Pokemon Center to heal up myself. But if you didn't notice, he was actually standing on the side of the Pokemon Lab before we went in the first time, so in case y'all didn't notice that. I heard a Pokemon was stolen here. I was just getting some information from Professor Elm. Apparently it was a young male with long red hair. What? You battled a trainer like that? Did you happen to get his name? I do know his name. His name is Silver. Funny how they call him Silver even though he's mainly a red color. I mean, he's got red hair. Alright, so Silver. Okay, so Silver was his name. Thanks for helping my investigation. Absolutely, sir. Alright. Now that we're back to Professor Elm, we got the mystery egg. Let us show it to him. Chris, this is terrible. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? Chris handed the mystery egg to Professor Elm. This? Yes, this. But is it a Pokemon egg? If it is a great discovery. What? Professor Oak gave you a Pokedex? Chris, is that true? That's incredible! He's superb at seeing the potential of people as trainers. Wow, Chris, you may have what it takes to become the champion. You seem to be getting on great with Pokemon too. You should take the Pokemon Gym Challenge. The closest gym would be the one in Violet City. Chris, the road to the championship will be a long one. Before you leave, make sure that you talk to your mom. Of course. Now before we can exit the lab, the scientist over here... Chris! Use these on your Pokedex quest. Chris received Pokeball. Now we can actually start catching some Pokemon. To add to your Pokedex, you have to catch Pokemon. Throw Pokeballs at wild Pokemon to get them. Chris put the Pokeball in the ball pocket. But of course we'll get to catching some Pokemon in a little bit. But let's go pay a visit to Mom. Wow, that's a cute Pokemon. I know, right? Where'd you get it? I got it from Professor Elm's lab next door. Thank you for asking. So you're leaving on an adventure. I know, right? Okay, I'll help too. But what can I do for you? I know, I'll save money for you. That's a great idea. On a long journey, money's important. Do you want me to save your money? Yes. Okay, I'll take care of your money. Of course, whenever we get money from trainers, of course, some of that money will go towards Mom. Be careful. Pokemon are your friends. You need to work as a team. Now go on. I'm doing this for you. For both of us. Alright. Now let's start heading back out. And this fellow down here in the grass, I've seen you a couple times. I've seen you a couple times myself. How many Pokemon have you caught? I've only got one so far, because I just got these Pokeballs, so... Would you like me to show you how to catch Pokemon? Well, even though I already do, but I'll just go ahead and show it off just for, just to show it off. So he takes us in the grass, and he'll automatically give us a Pokemon encounter, and that's a Rattata. Wow, Rattata appeared. A level 5 Rattata. Dude used the Pokeball. See how easy it is to catch a Rattata at full health with a Pokeball. First try. Gotcha, Rattata was caught. Sweet. That's how you do it. If you weaken them first, Pokemon are easier to catch. Of course. But hey, the good thing is, we can actually... If I wanted to, I could just use Pokeballs only. And hey, that's probably exactly what I'll do, because... Of course there are the special type of Pokeballs in this game, but you just can't really... It takes time to get a couple of them. Because they require certain... They require items called apricorns. They require colored apricorns in order to get those certain special type of Pokeballs. So, those of course take time to get. While in the later games you could just buy special type of Pokeballs that are suited for different purposes. Now of course I'll be doing a playthrough of Pokemon Emerald. I can't wait for that myself actually. So that way we could just use special type of Pokeballs and just fool around. Because personally I loved using, the Pokeballs that aren't meant to, for the better situations, just to make it interesting and fun. That's what makes it so interesting. And I think I was doing that before I saw Chugga Conroy's playthroughs through the Pokemon games. They're just so hilarious. And just trying to do that with, say, catch legendaries with the Pokeballs that aren't, that aren't suited for those certain types of Pokemon is just hilarious. Now, let's see how many Pokeballs I have. I've got 5, so not a bad start. So I can actually get some more berries. I need to keep these number berries in mind. And as a matter of fact, I should probably get that berry off of Cyndaquil, so that way we can add to our collection. I'll go ahead and take that. Oh, I didn't even equip one to Cyndaquil. I forgot Cyndaquil ate the other one, but that's okay. But if we go in this house here, Pokemon eat berries. Well, my Pokemon got healthier by eating a berry. Here, I'll share one with you. Chris received a berry. So we can get a Yet another berry. Check trees for berries. They just drop right off. So, we just gotta make sure to keep coming to these trees in order to get regular berries. You get regular berries from these trees, you know, in the earlier points in the game. But later on, there'll just be berries that will have healing purposes. So here's an antidote, of course, that heals poison. Now, before we do some trainer battles, there's actually a couple of Pokemon that I can go ahead and catch. But I'll go ahead and come back up here to Mr. Pokemon's house, so that way we can... I want to make sure if we can get another Poison Cure Berry. Here we have a Weedle. Probably won't deal with a Weedle at this point. Not that many decent Bug-type Pokemon that really go around at this point. Let's see if we can get another Poison Cure Berry. Yes, we can. Because any healing item would really help. So, the more the merrier. Alright, now that we got that out of the way. But in this area, there is one Pokemon I'm actually trying to go for. So this may take a couple of encounters to try and locate. And depending on how many encounters I deal with, I may have to skip ahead until we find it. So I'll just kind of stick around here until we can find it. Nope, that's another Caterpie. I'll give it a couple more encounters. Because this certain Pokemon's encounter rate is pretty high in terms of the other Pokemon that we can find here. As a matter of fact, the Weedle's encounter percentage is 5% during the morning and daytime. So that's the Pokemon. That's the second. That's the Pokemon that has the least encounter rate during the daytimes. And of course, I'm going by the Pokemon Crystal Guide I have right next to me. So I always like to keep up with what I'm doing. But there's a certain Pokemon here I'm trying to catch here on this route. Unless if... I'm sorry, I probably have to go and go to Route 31. We're on Route 30. So I'm going to have to probably do a couple of battles in order to get through. I could skip that battle. So I'll just have to go deal with this trainer. But these two are actually battling when we're on our way to Mr. Pokemon's lab. Mr. Pokemon's house. I forgot to show that earlier, but it's okay. But if you were to go up to these two trainers, they'll be in the middle of a battle and we couldn't get past them. So anyway, after we deal with all that, now we can get past them. Of course, to battle them, of course. You're a Pokemon trainer, right? Then you have to battle. Of course, because you made contact with me and you're in my way. Alright, so now we got Youngster Mikey wants to battle. He's going to send out a Pidgey. Mikey in this game is a level 2 Pidgey to start off. One hit. Hey, and it was a critical hit anyway. Oh, look at that! Youngster Mikey sent out Rattata. This is a level 4 Rattata. Look at how many experience that Cyndaquil has. How many experience does it have in order to level up? How many more? One! One experience point in a dream! Oh, I can't believe it. I don't believe it. I'll go ahead and use my Leer. Of course, Rattata has Tackle as well. Ah! What am I doing? I should have just went ahead with my Tackle, but oh well. I mean, decreased defense always helps. Go! It only took out a little bit, a little over half his health. Get him! There you go. See ya! 48 experience points. Now you decide to level up to level 9. Now you finally decide to do that. Youngster Mikey was defeated. That's strange. I won before. You thought it was that easy, huh? You really thought it was that easy. Okay, so there are a couple more trainers along this route, but I want to try to avoid them so I can get the other Pokemon. Oh, I didn't avoid this one. Instead of a bug Pokemon, I found a trainer! This fellow here is Bug Catcher Dawn. He's got 2 Pokemon. His first is a level 3 Caterpie. I mean, it would be better if I was able to catch that certain Pokemon I'm trying to look for, so I could just start it off with a party and just switch to Cyndaquil. Because this certain Pokemon doesn't really have that much use to really do that much damage at this in the early going, but will definitely become really useful later on. As a matter of fact, there's 2 Pokemon I'm looking that are kind of next to each other. However, this one I'm looking for, I have to wait until the nighttime, since this game utilizes the day and night cycle. So I'd have to go into the location that's next to it in order to be able to find the second Pokemon I'm trying to catch. So, Bugcatcher Dawn was defeated, so he had 2 level 3 Caterpies. Ah, you're too strong! Yes, I am. Okay, so now we're on Route 31, which is the route I actually have to be on in order to look for the certain Pokemon. And here is what I'm looking for. It's a Bellsprout. This actually took a couple tries for me to actually try to locate a Bellsprout, considering the fact that Bellsprout has a 25% encounter rate during the daytime, and a 20% encounter rate during the morning on this route. Since it's pretty much the second, the Pokemon with the second best encounter rate throughout this route. And I don't know why it took me a couple tries to even look for one. I mean, because I miss a tackle. Because mainly I was locating Caterpies and Pidgeys. Because of course Pidgey has the 40% encounter rate through day and morning. And actually I found a couple Weedles as well, considering that Weedle has 5% encounter rate. I don't get it all. Okay, perfect. Perfect. For a level 5 Bellsprout, this is pretty good. This is a pretty good find. And good thing I got it to Red Hill, so we have a better chance to catch it with a Pokeball. Here we go! First Pokeball. 2, 3, there we go! Alright. Bellsprout was caught. There's our first Pokemon caught. That is Bellsprout. If it notices anything that moves, it immediately flings its vine at the object. So 9 pounds, and it's at 2 feet 4 inches. Give a nickname to Bellsprout? No. I am fine with that. And there is yet another Pokemon that we can get, so we'll just have to go around this fellow here. We'll go into the Dark Cave. Now there's not much we can do in the Dark Cave here just yet. But of course the other Pokemon I'm trying to look for is in here. So let us have a little look. If I can find one, come on. Don't be shy. That's not what I'm looking for. This is a Geodude. Of course, Geodude has the second highest encounter rate throughout this entire cave. And this one is another Geodude. Come on! The Pokemon I'm looking for has the highest encounter rate throughout this entire cave. And I still haven't even found one yet. Good grief. Found 2 Geodudes in a row. The two Geodudes. Funny how they call Geodude despite the fact that they're both male and female. Here we go. Here's a Zubat. Level 2 is a pretty weak one, but hey, it's better than nothing. So hopefully this won't take it down. Okay, good. I'll just take that. I mean, of course it'll use Leech Life. In fact, that's the only move it has at this point, just Leech Life. And since that took a little bit half of his health, I don't want to give it another tackle, so let's go ahead and go for the catch. But of course, this one won't be too difficult to catch. 1, 2, 3. BAM! 2 successful catches in a row. Zubat's data was newly added to the Pokedex. 2 foot 7 inches, 17 pounds. During the day, it gathers with others and hangs from the ceilings of old buildings and caves. Hence where we found the Zubat. Alright. So we got our 3 starting Pokemon to start off with. And here's another potion. Awesome. Very, very awesome. So let's see. I'm trying to see if I can avoid these trainers. That way... well, here's a Bitterberry right here. Trying to see if I can avoid this trainer so that way we can immediately go into... Okay, yeah, we can. I'll just go around this trainer. I'll go ahead and heal up real quick, get the city over. Ooh, and we have a Hoppip. I'm not really too concerned with Hoppip for the time being. Here's an item right here. It is a Pokeball! Nice! We used up 2, we get 1 back. So I'll go up here. Because if we go through this building, and on the other side, we are in Violet City! Just like Professor Elm said, this is where we can do our first gym challenge. But we'll have to do that in a little later. Because of course I'm going to need to get my Pokemon much stronger before we can take on the gym leader here. In fact, there's a particular move that I want to make Cyndaquil learn before we can take on the gym. So what I'm going to have to do before we get back out to challenging trainers, I'm going to have Zubat go out in front. Because since it's at level 2, it's definitely going to need the extra experience that we can give it. It's definitely... Zubat's definitely going to need it. So we'll go and... we'll go and get interrupted by a Pokemon encounter. It is a Pidgey. Yeah, I could do a couple wild encounter battles for Zubat just to make it a bit stronger. Oh boy, I can't escape. That's going to be pretty bad. Oh boy. May as well switch out. Oh, what am I doing? Zubat's already out. May as well go ahead and switch out so we can get out of here. That blasted Pidgey. Ah, and it was a critical hit. Get out of here. Alright. Now I want to make sure Zubat's back out in front. Alright. Zubat is. I caught a bunch of Pokemon. Let me battle with you. Oh really? You do have a bunch of Pokemon. Let me see. So meet Bug Catcher Wade. He's got 4 Pokemon. He's going to start out with a level 2 Caterpie. As a matter of fact, out of his 4 Pokemon, he has 3 level 2 Caterpies. And I'm not exactly sure if, Leech Life will really do any good. Because Leech Life is a Bug-type move, but it doesn't really do that much damage. Bug-type moves are really useful against, take a Grass-type Pokemon. That's where Bug-type attacks can really come to good use. So I'll have to go ahead and switch out to Cyndaquil. And Bellsprout's not really a good advantage for Bug-type Pokemon, because of course Bug-type Pokemon have the advantage over Grass types. And I can't wait to, not have to use Tackle all the time, because Tackle is definitely not the best move. I mean, with 35 base offense, it's definitely not the best. Okay, next he's going to send out his Weedle. The only Weedle that he has. And it's a level 2 Weedle, of course. Or, excuse me, no. Gotcha. That's where the Pokemon Crystal Guide would get you. It's really level 3. So, the people that made these guides sometimes get misinformation. So, that's just proof right there that the guides control with you. And it used Poison Sting. Good thing it didn't poison me there. As a matter of fact, I hope it doesn't keep doing Poison Sting, because getting the poison status abnormality is the least I want. Okay, very good. Zubat grew to level 3. Awesome! And Cyndaquil's just about to level up again! Good grief! Alright, so now he's going to send out another one of his Caterpies. It's level 2, that's right. And of course, I'll just I could just battle it with just Zubat himself, so I can get the extra experience, instead of just having to, have the experience cut in half between Zubat and Cyndaquil. But those fights would really take a long time. And of course, Leech Life is definitely not one of the best moves. However, it still can be... Oh! Critical hit! It can be quite useful, only if you use it on the right type. So Cyndaquil got to level 10. So over the time being, we'll just have to keep switching Zubat and Cyndaquil out, so that way they can share the experience. There will definitely come a point where I can actually use Zubat for regular battles to, you know, actually do some damage with Zubat, because level 3 Zubat's not going to really do that well at this point. And there's not really much that we can do with Bellsprout at this point either. Oh, 2 critical hits in a row! When do you deal with that? That's pretty rare to have 2 critical hits in a row like that. Aww. So we only get 32 Pokemon dollars. Now in this game, we can actually get this trainer's phone number. You can catch Pokemon even if you have 6 with you. If you catch 1, it'll go to your box automatically. You're awesome. I like you. I look for Pokemon here every day. When I'm in the grass, I find all kinds of berries. If you'd like, I'll share some. Could I get your phone number? Yes! Chris registered Wade's number. So we got his number. You'll hear from me as soon as I find anything that you might like. So he could probably come in handy. He could come in handy if you could use some extra berries. So, we'll go back down here so we can fight that last trainer that we had to go around. Which is, of course, the very first trainer that we meet at the foot of this route. Right over here. I just lost, so I'm trying to find more Pokemon. Wait, you look weak. Come on, let's battle. Oh, weak you say? I beg to differ with you, youngster Joey. You and your one Pokemon, which is a level 4 Rattata. I don't think so. Let's see how well you do. And tail whip, yeah. I kind of figured I would be able to do a little extra damage despite the fact my Zubat's level 3, but I don't think it would be a very good idea. Maybe I could use Bellsprout. Maybe Bellsprout? Because, you know, Vine Whip is a pretty decent grass type attack. Let's go get Bellsprout up. 4 damage from that tackle. And of course, Rattata, at least it missed that tackle. Because of course, whoa, that's pretty decent right there. Hey, it failed Tail Whip too! Your Rattata is faster than my Bellsprout, but yet both your attacks failed and I still laid the smackdown on you. Zubat grew to level 4. And Bellsprout, half the experience bar. Pretty good. Ah! I lost again! Doggone it! Sorry, buddy. Do I have to have more Pokemon in order to battle better? No! I'm sticking with this one, no matter what. Listen, can I get your phone number? I'll ring you for some battles. I'm a rookie too, so I think it'd be a good motivator. Sure. Chris registered Joey's number. I'll ring you whenever I get the urge to battle. You do that. Now, go ahead and come back down here to Cherry Grove City, so we can quickly heal up. And of course, if you have the guide for Pokemon Crystal, it'll tell you which trainers that you can get their phone numbers, which have a it would have a phone icon next to their name, or yeah, it will have a phone icon next to their names, as you can look in the guide. Not only it'll show like which trainers are on certain routes and what Pokemon they have, even if it's misled information like that bug catcher Wade Weedle. It's really level 3, but the guide says it's level 2. That is false information. So that was a bit of a troll on my part. Excuse me. But then again, it was coming from a troll from the people who made these guides. Okay, so now we'll just have to go right back up to Violet City. But what I would like to do is, of course, raise some more of my Pokemon, just at least for a little bit. Mainly Cyndaquil, because I've got to get it a couple more levels to get a much better move than Tackle. So I'm definitely going to need that attack for going through the Violet City Gym. So with that being said, I need to switch Cyndaquil back up front, so we can keep doing a couple more battles. Now granted, we could keep doing a couple, you know, at least do a couple battles through the Violet City Gym, but some of the few trainers in the gym will be pretty tough, and they would kind of match the attack powers or level, or the levels that my Cyndaquil are at. So, may as well do a couple battles along the way back to Violet City. Matter of fact, there's a couple of good opportunities. There's another good opportunity that we could do before we could face off against the Violet City Gym to at least raise Cyndaquil a little bit, or some of the other Pokemon I've got. So 30 experience points, it's not going to really do that much, so I think I might as well just go ahead and head back towards Violet City. There's another Bellsprout. I probably could take Zubat and fight against it, but that's okay. So I'll just go ahead and head right back to Violet City. Because there's one area here in Violet City that we can do, like I said before, we take on the gym. And if we go up here, here we have another little location that we can go through. This is Sprout Tower. Experience the way of Pokemon. So Sprout Tower. So the name of that tower just kind of gives a, it's basically a dead giveaway to which Pokemon that we'll be dealing with throughout this entire tower. So, I'll go ahead and at least save it right here, so that way we can at least have the what Pokemon that we've caught, and we don't have to deal with Silver. Because Silver can be pretty tough, so that's why you'd have to raise your Pokemon a little bit further before you can completely take him on.